with this shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all my people in red clothes. Telling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that. You wanna party with me?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition, a very special Saturday morning edition of the Walking His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. I am Furman Jackson Jr., and we are broadcasting out of the DFW. That is Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Everybody wants to know what that means. Of course, this is March 9, 2024, and we know that we're already in the third month of 2024, and I'm very excited about this morning's topic. And this morning's topic is called Empowering Yourself as a Boss. It's something that we want to apply to our everyday life. You hear people say about their life. We want to be about that boss life. That's someone who's taking authority, taking control of their own life, their own destiny. Now, of course, my guest is no stranger to the podcast, and I do want to go ahead and give a powerful, great introduction to him. My guest is a serial entrepreneur, passionate about tacos and technology, hailing from the beautiful Rose City of Tyler, Texas. Carlos is the brain behind ORO Digital and ORO Media with his individual ideas, business acumen. He has made a name for himself in the industry. So if you ever in Tyler, don't forget to grab a taco and say hello to the tech savvy entrepreneur. Carlos, welcome to Walking His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. That's something I generated this morning to introduce you on the show. I know there was a short notice, but you reached out to me last night.
That's this whole thing about, sometimes if you want to be a boss in this world, man, there's opportunities. You have to take them. It could be last second. Sometimes some things are worth it. And I got a lot of love and respect for you, and I couldn't pass that chance up. But it's one of those things that you have to be malleable as a CEO, as a boss, however you want to call it, CEO, solopreneur, all these terms that we have out here. Sometimes you have to be ready on the drop of a dime to be able to perform or to be able to produce. So I appreciate the invite.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And like I said, it's something that's very dear to me, dear to all of us. Mm-hmm. And just on that journey of what they say, want to say this healing journey, that journey of restarting, a reset button, starting new, starting fresh. And we know that everything deal with the mindset. If we don't change the mindset, we're just gonna repeat the same thing we've been doing year after year, since lifetime, really, of course. But to really, and I'm proud to see that a lot of individuals are growing. A lot of individuals, or what they say, the Bible states, step out of darkness into the marvelous light, and taking control of their lives, taking control of their destiny, not being afraid, taking risks. We know being a boss is taking risks. You can't procrastinate. You can't just think about it, really to the shoulda, but you're getting out there and making things happen. What do you say about this, Z?
Man, like I was saying, to kind of expand on that, that was a great point. In life is, you get so much time. The moment that we're born, the clock is ticking, tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get into adulthood, and then we get out of college, whether you went to college, and then you start producing for yourself, you get to a point where you said to yourself, you don't want to work for the man no more. You want to work for yourself. There's going to be opportunities where you have to make the most of your time, because that time, that Monday, that Thursday, that appointment, that consultation with somebody, you'll never get that back again. Now, you could reschedule it, or you could do it again, at a later date. But that's an opportunity. You have to be a master of time. I'm not, I'm still, I'm still, struggling to a degree, but I'm not perfect. I'm only human. But you have to be able to master the moments that you have in order to expand your empire, your business, your whatever it is. I know sometimes people have a hard time understanding deadlines. Me myself, the worst thing that I am is punctuality, but that's only because I have so much going on that I have to schedule everything, But again, like I said, there's opportunities that arise, and you don't want to. You want to be the most consummate professional, but you got to be able to. You got to be able to. Sometimes, man, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day.
You got to. And when I was before we got on the air this morning, I had pulled up some of my pad. I looked up the meaning of a boss lifestyle. And this was Google had gave me. It's a boss lady or boss man isn't just a leader in their career. They manage their lives with a high level of maturity, despise their age. They take responsibility for their actions, and they always get things done. That we were talking about earlier. Now he said, "Now I don't have everything together at all time. Who does? But I am in control of every aspect of my life." So let's elaborate on that. They take responsibility for their actions, and they get things done. I know you've been an entrepreneur yourself. You really can't play around because you have to get things done. If you think about it, that's your livelihood. That's your
Yep.
income that you have
Yep.
coming in. So you have to get things done. What do you say about that on that serious tip? That stuck out to me, getting things done.
I'm a. I'm gonna answer this. I I have a lot of. I have about almost 30 active projects currently between my two
Mhm.
companies. Um, the most important thing is understanding what you're good at and what you're not good at. The
Right.
things that you're not good at, if you have the time to become better at them, great. But like I just said, time is of the essence because you have to produce. You have deadlines. You have quotas to meet, or however you want to put it, sales, depending on what you're in. Um, it's most important to not put so much pressure on yourself to produce said clients or income when you're not at the capacity to do so. So then, therefore, you should delegate, hire if you can, and if you can't hire, don't take on more than what you're able to handle, because at the end, then your work starts suffering. Things start getting pushed back. Then you start getting a reputation, and these are all this that I'm talking about. This was me at one point. I've had to hire, delegate. I've had to let people go. I've had to resign contracts because they were not able to perform. So it's all part of this, this grind, this wheel, if you will. It's not necessarily a rat race, but if you're wanting to, if you're fine right here, but if you want to be up here in the upper echelon, if you want to be with the 1%, quote unquote, if you want to make an exorbitant amount of income per year, you're gonna have to perform at a high level. And the only way that you can do that is the personnel, the manpower, a team, a competent team at that, and then a system or systems to be able to handle said workload. Because the last thing that you want to do is play with people's money, man. I've dealt with this, and uh, it's something that you've had to learn the hard way, But I'm still here, you still got grit, and you know how to handle people over time. So, great
Right.
question though.
Most definitely. Also, before going to first, big shout out to Kerry K. Zagan out of San Antonio, Texas, return of manhood. He's in comment section. Salute to him as well. Man, y'all go over this afternoon, 12:30, I think 12:30, to check out the return of manhood. It's awesome. Shout out to him, Kerry K. Zagan, Miles Cunningham, many other great guys that be on the panel on Saturday. It's the best podcast on Saturday mornings. Great information for the men. Ladies be listening to as well, but for the men, I want y'all to tune in to the Return of Manhood. Go if you on the YouTube side, go over to subscribe to the Return of Manhood right now. Get that notification. I think it go live at 12:30. So get on over there, get some life changing information. That's gonna help change your life, change the way you think, change the way you look at things. Great information that they put out. So big shout out to Kira K. Zagan in the comment section. Also want to give a big shout out to Miss D in the comment section. Big shout out to her. She said systems are important. So big shout out to her watching this morning. And she said, she did say, hey, of course, she did say hey to us. Of course, big shout out to Miss D,
Yeah,
also a
hey,
woman.
Doris.
Big shout out to her. Also, big shout out to the Arlington Mercy Mission that's taking place this afternoon. This afternoon here in Arlington, Texas, and stuff like that. Also, so that big shout out to Keisha Sanchez, Mr. U, and many other greats. Matter of fact, Miss D is one honorary read for it's the Women's National Women's Day. Okay, I hope I said that right. So big shout out to all the great people that's doing great things. We appreciate you, Miss Well, Uncle Swell, also, man. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in this morning. We're talking about the empowerment yourself as a boss. It's something see I apply in my own life on a regular basis more and more as I progress as I'm maturing and involved. Just like a couple weeks ago, I won't say a couple months ago, a couple of weeks ago, I ended up having a housekeeping service to come and deep clean my townhouse because this is the time. And I ain't gonna lie, when they came through and cleaned up everything from the baseboards to my bedrooms, my bathrooms, to everything, I felt good about it. It was worth an investment. To me, that's boss. Cause I took control of the situation. And I ain't gonna lie, cleaning up is not one of my expertise. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's like I work, I make good money. I just hire somebody to come in and do the work for me and pay them for their service. To me, that's boss. And not only that, having that deep clean place, especially the fellas always have your place deep clean. Make sure your place is smelling good, looking good, and in order. But to me, see, that's boss to me. It's having everything in order. That helps save me time, so I didn't have to, like, when I get off work, oh, I gotta
You got to
clean
worry
up.
about it no more.
Exactly. And then I told myself that I'm gonna have them come do that every month. Every month I'm gonna have some come and clean up my place, keep the maintenance going. That's boss to me. What's boss to you, see, when that's a little simple thing to me. That just boss to me because I never had that before, and I felt good having someone
See,
come clean my place
I,
up.
I, I don't. I'm going to use you as an example, man. You didn't talk about this on as I've gotten to know you. You came from another state, and you always feel like you're going to make it in the DFW. So this is what you did. You employed somebody. You helped somebody pay their bills. It don't matter. It doesn't matter if it was a landscaping crew. It don't matter if it was somebody that needed to come fit. Now, I don't know how your townhome is, but I'm just saying, cleaning, landscaping, a plumber. You hired somebody for the fact that you did it upon yourself. You didn't depend on nobody else. You paid it out of your own money, out of your own thing that you've been doing, you've been building. Regardless if it was a home or whatever. If you hired a general contractor, if you hired somebody to do top, you did it. At the end of the day. Now, no matter how small or how big it may be, you have to appreciate the small wins or the big wins. Because imagine, you never know that person that they could have needed that more than you even know, and they may not never tell you. And some people are very private about stuff like that. So I just wanted to shout out to you because it's important, man. And for me, my mom cleans houses, bro. So I like if she didn't have that, you know what I mean. I've had to end up helping my mom, and if it wasn't for someone letting her clean the houses, it would be one of those kind of things that I'd be just like, dang. So shout out to you. But to answer your question, what's boss, man? So if for the people out there that work extremely hard and put in the time and the effort, you have to again, going back to time, it's a gift, right? So anything that I can do to minimize the time, whether if it's hiring or delegating, but for me, I'm gonna answer this in two questions. You have to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
You got to,
So
you got to.
you got to enjoy life, man. So I used to drive from, and some people know this, I used to drive from DFW to Austin to Round Rock just to get a couple of dozen donuts, man. That's some people think that's silly, some people, but I had the income and I had the time to be able to drive just for some donuts. One of my favorite rappers, underground rappers, is Zero, and he in one of his lines he would just say, "I would just take trips to other cities to dine," and I would, one day I'm gonna get there, but there's been times where I can just see a sale online for a ticket, and sometimes I have taken off to Vegas just at the drop of a dime because I had the income. So for me, that's one thing. I could do some boss stuff, but the even bigger impact that I have had for me that is putting other people on. I think that for me has been the more rewarding because I have opened up the door or I have told people about certain services or people like yourself to expand their platform. So in a way, if you listen to Gucci Man from Atlanta, he done put a lot of people on. He put a lot of people on. So I take that, and I think that's a testament to your success and your legacy is how many people can you put on that surpass you, or that you can change their course of their life, man, their own legacy, and you have a hand in it. I think that is something that I can't. No amount of money could have that feeling in here, knowing that this man or this woman or this family is going to be able to afford the lifestyle that they want or be able to be comfortable. I think at the end of the day, it's just a testament to me having a love for people as I've gotten older, man. Money come and goes. It's a tool.
It does. It
Um,
does.
I think it's just knowing that John Doe and Jane Doe are going to be in a lot better position because I'm not getting nothing out of it. You know what I mean? Maybe if I hire them, cool, like you did to the person that cleans the house. But it was just the fact that I opened up a door and created. There's so many people, man, especially in our communities that have a crabs in a bucket mentality, and they're like they want to be selfish, they want to do it upon themselves. That ain't me. Has it worked out for me? It's been kind of a toss up, but I can't worry about that at the end of the day, man. Either you gonna want the help or not. So I'd rather go to the people that genuinely do want help. And is it gonna be a big story? Do I have to record it? And no, the people that need to know. And at the end of the day, I can go to sleep knowing that I have helped my fellow man, my fellow woman to become better versions of themselves. And maybe they needed a mentor, or I just had a young lady not a couple of weeks ago, man, asked me to mentor her, and that I can't I can't just express in the word how that makes me feel. I mean, I guess I could just say it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside to be able to provide that or help someone. So
Hey, and that's what's up, and just it's the little, like you mentioned earlier, it's just the little simple things that help you feel good about yourself, knowing you accomplished something. If it's just for you to get up and make your bed within a couple, you ain't made your bed in a while, but you just got made your bed. That's something. Just a little simple things that really makes you proud. And I'm that type of individual. It's all about having my life together. That's what it's all about. We
hmm
were talking about this
hmm
morning.
hmm
It's all about having our life together, not to impress other people, not to get likes or clicks and stuff, but to feel good about ourselves. Because you got two kings on here. You got two kings. You got two emperors on the show this morning, and we're all about being a better version of ourselves, not to impress any people or anything like that. And I believe like this too as well. See, it's like once you become the better man, you'll draw in. I'm gonna say you draw in the better woman. Once you become the better man, you draw in the
yeah,
better
yeah,
woman.
yeah. Your vibration is
That's gonna be
different, man.
along with you. Go ahead, elaborate on that. You go ahead, elaborate on
So,
that.
so you got a lot of people, man. Like, especially when you talk about, empowering to be a boss. Sometimes you always hear about this power couples, right?
Yeah.
Man, if you're out here on the streets and you're not really doing anything, if you're not for the community, then you ain't really a power couple. You know what I mean? But if you're a king, and you want your queen, you have to put out the right energy. If you out here, just spending money to make it, people like you, you're not gonna, not even from a mate. People are just gonna be leeches. They just
That's
gonna,
it. That's it.
take. They're not gonna put nothing into you. Now, if you're one of those men that I'm not gonna judge you what you like. If you like women with BBLs, if you like BBWs, if you like short, tall, whatever, black, white, make sure that person has got a good soul and a good heart and mind, because at the end of the day, you are what you attract. It's almost like you are what you eat. You can't be expecting to lose weight if you're eating McDonald's every day. Now, I like I said in my introduction, I love tacos, you know, and so I done put on a little weight. But again, this is just me that I'm, discovering to. But yourself or any other person that sees this, if you want to attract the right employees, you want to retain the employees, you want to attract the right people in your life. First, you have to do work up here. You have to work on your paradigm. You have to change. You have to have a paradigm shift. Because if you're
Right.
hanging out with people that ain't about nothing,
Thanks.
you know what you can't be sitting there and complaining about your situation if you're not doing nothing to actually change it. It takes time. You have to be patient. But then when it comes to finding a mate, I mean, that could be a whole other episode. But you are what you attract. If your vibrations and if you're not manifesting the right proper things around you, man, you're gonna invite some bad spirits into your life, and you're gonna be off kilter, and it's gonna take you even longer to get to the top because you're not surrounding yourself with the right people. Because it's not just about making having the right team around you. It's about making the right healthy decisions for you. And sometimes you have to go to others that know more of you, whether it be a therapist, a business coach, a mentor, the right congregation in church, because not all churches are the same, man. Or just that's an opening up a can of worms. But I'm prepared to talk about that kind of thing in future episodes or with others. But
Right.
I think it's most important at the end of the day to remember that you are only responsible for yourself. And most people don't want to look at themselves and be responsible. They end up blaming everybody else for their. And I was there. I was there many, many years ago. I was like, why don't I have a life that I don't want? Man, I was making the worst choices I can make. I was messing around with people shouldn't been messing with. I was trying to get customers that I was not ready to get, that I was ready to, get, because I was not at the level mentally, emotionally, and physically to handle the stresses of day-to-day life, or even just dating, man. I had no business dating trying to get this bag. So
Hey, but I respect about you. See, I respect your integrity. You didn't procrastinate. Just like, for example, like, I had a guest that was on the show, but they had a family situation, and how you went ahead and came on in, what I'm saying? Hey, you was open to do it. And that's why I respect your integrity, your will to succeed, just to say, you know what, hey, I got you. And you showed me that. That showed me a true friend. That showed me a true brother. That showed me how reliable that you are. And you didn't make excuses. You was like, "Hey, I got you," and I respect it. That takes you to like, wow, that Carlos is a real guy. He's a real dude. Like, he is reliable, and that's character. That's character. That's integrity, and that's something that we need to implement in our own lives. Also, is having integrity. That word, see, been ringing with me lately. Is integrity, not talking integrity, but actually
being
living that, being integrity, living integrity. And I'm gonna go biblical for a moment. Even Jesus said, "By their fruits you shall know them." He ain't talking about their words. He was talking about the lifestyle. When you see fruit on the tree, you know exactly what that fruit is. If you see orange, oh, okay, that's orange. You see apple, that's apples. So you will see the characteristics of an individual. Keep being around them longer. Eventually, it's gonna come out of them. Like, when people keep talk, eventually they're gonna tell themselves, and they're gonna reveal who they really are. But that really showed me, Carlos, how your integrity. You didn't procrastinate. You was on it. You didn't make it. I see about it. You was on it, and I respect you to the highs on that. And it was right, ladies and gentlemen. This was a last minute thing. I was had a whole different platform, and I didn't want to cancel the show because the show still goes on, and that's when
yeah,
I made a
yeah.
brother.
The show must go on, man. You got to be consistent. You got to show up. You got again. I got a lot of love for you, man. I see that you're actually doing it. Some people, you want to talk about empower yourself to be a boss. Consistency. Um, some people, some people don't need a microphone and start a podcast, man. They be saying nothing but foolishness. you know, and I understand controversial sales, but they'll do 1, 2 episodes and then, whatever, you know. So they themselves, they just waste of time for them. They'll never be able to get that time. So if you're gonna end up doing a podcast and specifically just anything like this, you got to understand it's going to take time to build an audience. It's going to take time to mark out your niche. It's going to take time to get the likes. It's going to take time to get the shares. It's going to get time to et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It took Joe Rogan, that's somebody, a platform one day I would love to be on, you know. It took him almost 14 years to get to where he is. 14 years of, and I forgot JRE number, whatever. It's in the thousands. And then some people are complaining about, they can't make it on YouTube. So if you want to really talk about empowering yourself, knowledge, research, reading, attending seminars, workshops, reaching out to people that know more than you. You know what I mean? You're going to need somebody above you, beside you, and this. These are the people that you want to pull up to here that will surpass you. The people that are already next to you, they already know what you're going through. And the people above you, those are the ones that you want to reach out to, because if I'm only making $1,000 a month and these people are $10,000 a month, how can I get to this point? So if you know people that are you know, in this space, you're consistent, man. I don't have to say that. You know, this is my third time being on your great platform, but consistency is the name of the game at the end of the day. If you want to improve your life as a boss, you got to be able to show up every day when you're sick, you're not feeling good, things of that sort. Now, granted, obviously, if I'm going to use myself as an example. In January 8th, I had a pretty bad heel injury.
Oh, yeah.
In my 9 to 5. And then 2 weeks later, I got into a fender bender. It spooked me pretty bad. You know, I'd been through some bad wrecks, namely on a bike many years ago. But you know what? The show must go on, like I'm talking about. You still have to work. You still have to produce. But luckily, at this point now, at this stage of the game, I have a system to where even if I didn't show up, I'm still able to produce. So,
and you did that. You know what I'm saying? You really did that. True story, ladies and gentlemen. I had pulled something else again, and it was saying, you said a boss lady or a boss man isn't just a leader in their career. They manage their lives with a high level of maturity. Despite their age, they take responsibility for their actions. That means they don't blame nobody else. They take responsibility for their own actions. In other words, if I offended Carlos, I need to be man enough to say, Carlos, I apologize for offending you. I want to make this thing better. That's take responsibility. Or made it bad. We're gonna make some jacked up decisions sometimes. But
yep.
it's the own up too. It's like on these jobs. They want you to be honest. You know, like you, Carlos, you are an entrepreneur, you are a business owner. And we have employees, you want them to be honest. If soon you find that they're lying, you're gonna let them go. Because like, okay, you lied about this. What else you lying about? What you want to say about that?
I'm only laughing because I have been in that fake it till you make it. That turned into I'm not afraid to fail. That turned into I want to fail. Because if I fail, then I know that I done came from nothing. I started my stuff from nothing. Nobody helped me. So that's why I find it a little humorous. But there is no cheat code to success. There is no shortcuts to become a boss, a bossette. There is no workaround. There's no teleportation. It is going to take consistency, integrity, good customer service, skills, good skills. The ones I would highly recommend: financial literacy and sales. But you know, this is not that. If you want to learn how to really be a boss, master skills and financial literacy, how money works, and you'll be way ahead of the game.
Oh,
but
yeah,
then,
definitely.
But like I was saying, when you try to cut out certain things. You're not gonna, and you're wondering why you're still in the same place. It's because too many people think that, and I see this every day, all the time. They think they're gonna be millionaires and billionaires after the first year. They want social media is a tool, and it is the devil, because instant gratification has led us to be in a society, especially in this country, of excess and opulence, and they think that they're going to be going to partying with Drake in Toronto or Florida, Miami, when then they get to the club and it's $100 to get in, and they're like, "Oh, I ain't gonna pay that." Well, you got to pay to play, man. I mean, even just to party, sometimes being the likes of these people, um,
Mhm.
you're not going to be making 10, 15, 20, $30,000 a month just by accident. It takes consistency, as we were talking about. But again, there's so many people, man, that end up getting scammed and getting the wrong information because they set themselves up, because in here they didn't prepare themselves. They maybe have had personal issues where they wanted to impress others. That's been me.
Mm.
That's been me. I wanted to impress. I wanted to keep up with the Joneses, and you can't. There's always
Nah.
going to be more people that have way more money than you. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
have to be. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm the best that I can be, or I'm going to be the best that I can be. Just um, I forget the
The
word, your daily,
affirmation,
daily affirmations.
affirmations.
Whether if you write it down, or if you're a video person, um, and this is not a. If you want to start a business, or you have a business, or just in your day to day life, if you have kids, having kids is rough. It's a whole other thing being a parent. If you're an animal owner, don't buy more animals than you can afford. Don't have more kids that you can afford. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't start another business when the original business that you have hasn't even been making profit.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Don't be going to brunches. Don't be going to networking events if you know that you do not have a good product. And you're only going to know if you have a good product if you're actually connecting with people. Maybe you
Right.
got a bad attitude. Maybe your hygiene is bad.
Mm.
Hey, I'm just keeping it
Hey,
100, man.
hey, it's true. Hey, I'm glad you brought. Hey, let me tell you something. And now this is something I do in my own personal life. I actually take mouthwash with me to work. I take toothbrush with me to work. I take my cologne with me to work. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. They have travel kits now. So I encourage you always invest into your travel kit. I do because I work 16 hours. So if I'm staying over, I gotta make sure I'm fresh. I make sure I have my toothbrush, mouthwash. They have deodorant, they have body spray, wipes, wipe your butt. You know what I'm saying? I take some wipes with me to work. I'm not ashamed. I'm all about taking care of myself. But you jump out the hygiene. That's what I thought about the hygiene thing. Keep yourself groomed. Go to the
Yeah.
dentist. I went to the dentist. Like I said, you got insurance. Let's talk about, ladies and gentlemen. You have insurance on your place of employment, or you have insurance in your own business. Make sure you utilize your insurance. Make sure you go into the dentist. That's important too. Keeping your teeth clean.
Hmm.
All the other stuff that plays a role. Go to the doctor. If you have a doctor, get you a doctor. Go get checked out. That stuff is important because I had a conversation to see with somebody at work that you're not supposed to be smelling. If you're smelling bad, that means someone inside of you is not right. So you need to be able to get that check. Um, Especially talking to people in their face, make sure your breath is not stinky. Um, have what mouthwash. I mean, that just be real. That just be real because a lot of people want to talk to people and they breath be stinking and want to be in somebody's
Floss.
face. Flaws, yeah, flaws. Invest in that little stuff. I don't think CP. What you want to say about that? I don't think people really invest in hygiene. They might got some that do, but
Well, not just in hygiene, man. I mean, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Who are you going to buy from? Are you going to buy from the person that looks disheveled? Are you going to look at the person that looks homeless? Are you gonna look at the? Are you gonna buy from the person that? Are you gonna want to be around somebody that they don't look? You know what I'm saying? Themselves. Now, flip the script. If you're trying to land X amount of clients, and you're in a, you with people that are making some coin, do you have a man? Shout out to Mr. U. Shout out to a couple of other people that I know that are tailors. Shout out to Brandon Reed, an old homie of mine. If you see this, these are men that dress well. Get your manicures. Go see the Asian people. It doesn't have
I
to be
do.
Asian, whatever, you know what I'm saying.
I
Go
do.
get
I go to the
you
feet
you have to
done.
look you have to look the part. You have to be the part. You have to walk it like you talk it. You have to be in if you want to be in the ilk of these successful people, you got to look like them. Invest in a good suit. Go to the gym, which I'm lacking. My gym, I just had tacos last night, man. But that's neither here nor there. But invest in you ain't gotta have a Bentley, and it don't matter what kind of car you got. Keep it clean.
Yeah, keep
Keep
it
it
clean.
maintained.
Exactly.
If you
Exactly.
can't do those things for your own vehicle or your own your own self, that's going to be a reflection of your business. If you are always looking like boo boo, what you think that now again, there are people who make an exorbitant, a lot buku money, but they got they got something going on with them, whether if they have some type of dyslexia or if they have some type of mental health issue, but they might not necessarily be the smartest person, but they know their whatever it is, whether if it's a plumber or whatever. So sometimes you can not always judge a book by its cover. So that's one of the only caveats that I'm saying. But for the majority of us, um, don't judge a book by its cover. But if you are able-bodied and able-minded, invest in the proper footwear. And if you can, buy yourself a little bit of jewelry. Get you a good watch, get you a good tie, a bow tie. Keep your hair cut. And I can go on and on and on. When you talk about insurance and you complaining about how your skin is, go see the dermatologist, your teeth, the dentist,
Yeah, it's up and
floss.
grow.
It makes a difference. Your skincare, it doesn't back in the day. Because I've been getting manicures and pedicures for 20 years,
And it's
and
not wrong with that.
I can tell you that it has paid dividends because when I shake people's hands and my stuff was like gross, they're like, and I don't that don't make you feel good on the inside. So or if you just looking, sometimes you need an image consultant or someone just to help you dress. If you got a lady friends, your old lady, whoever can help you dress. Sometimes if you can afford these services. On the flip side, though, not just hygiene, but the way that you communicate, the way that you speak, the way that I'm a little country man. I'm from East Texas, and you from Mississippi, right?
Alabama.
Alabama. Sorry, I'm sorry. You from Alabama, so we both a little country. So if you have a problem speaking in front of people, sometimes you're not going to be able to help it. We got this little country twang, but take classes, take to be able to speak in public proficiently. Go around people. There's a Toastmasters. Look up your local Toastmasters chapter and become a part of it, and they'll teach you how to speak publicly.
That's it. So big shout out to Coach Shay. She said this only because people are sold on appearance. Because people can look good, but what if they work after this trash? It's always going to show anyway. They work after the trash. It's always going to show,
True,
regardless.
but they bring up a good point. See, and this is what I said about not judging a book by its cover. So this goes many different ways. In the Black and brown community, man, I got to be careful what I say. You know what I mean? I don't want to step on any toes. This is your platform. We have been brainwashed, especially by the music artists, the handlers, to push a certain image. In the business world, this is what I'm talking about. There's too many people that are said gurus that got the car that they're renting that's not really theirs. They got the fake jewelry on. You're the true, bosses know the right. You know from experience, from failing, who's real and who's not.
Right.
But you when you see somebody always showing up, and the testament to know how you are a true boss is the community that you've built around, and how people are going to speak about you. So if you
Right.
have other people speaking about you highly, that those are people that you respect, they're like, oh man, I people, a lot of people that I know have spoke highly about you, then that makes it a little bit easier on me. You know what I mean? But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, depending on what industry that you're in, your image is what's going to sell you. So that's why I was
Right.
saying,
I
invest in
got
the
you,
way
man.
in the way you look, and the way you speak.
That's it. So big shout out to Coach Shay as well. Big shout out to Shiloh in the building. Say what's up, fellas. Good morning, Shiloh as well, out of Houston, Texas. Like I say, it's all about growth and evolving. We all evolving. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm evolving. I know, see, you involved. We all evolve. I ain't gonna lie. It's to the point now when you upgrade yourself, you start upgrading your underwear. You know, I'm just, cause I ain't gonna,
No,
hey,
facts, man. No, facts,
yeah, cause
facts.
yes, because it's not about impressing other people. And I don't want nobody to think we're doing it. It's all about impressing yourself. It's all about loving yourself. It's all about looking good, especially to the fellas. Fellas, if you have beards, buy you some beard oil. Get that beard and stuff on smelling good, and keep it lined up. Keep it ed. Do it for yourself. Don't do it. So I'm just doing it. I want to try to get somebody. No, everything I learned, see, it's all about for yourself. You want the nice ride, do it for you. You want the nice clothes, do it for you. You want the lifestyle. You want that lavish lifestyle that you envision growing up as a child and up to this morning day. Do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it for anybody else. Don't do it while I want to try to get them, because at the end of the day, if they're not for you, they're just not gonna be for you. And then before
Nah,
you know
bro,
it,
you
you
can't
let
force
all this
nobody.
slip away. You can't force nobody. So it's about creating a life that you want to live, you being the boss that you want to be, and it starts today. And it starts changing the mindset. You mentioned something earlier, investing. You know what I'm saying? Invest into you a mentor. You know what I'm saying? A great
Right.
mentor. Big shout out to Kerry K. Zagan, C.D. Dean Williams. They, especially when it comes to manhood, them are some great mentors, and they service is worth it. You know, you get with individuals like that. You mentioned the young lady. She wants you to be a mentor. I know that you're not gonna play with her. I know you're gonna keep it real with her. You're gonna keep it honest with her. If she's all about growing and elevating. So that's what the thing about it is. Especially like with training, you invest into a personal trainer. A real personal trainer is not gonna play with you. They gonna help you get those results. And I know with you, with the young lady, you're gonna help her get the results. Big shout out to Shiloh as well. She's into the financial arena. No, she helped me set up my own account, or Roth IRA account, and it's growing to this day. You know what I'm saying? And I took that investment because what she was talking, it resonated with me. So big shout out to Shiloh. It helped me with that as well. Also, get you an investment account going, ladies and gentlemen. Get your Roth IRA going as well. That's tax-free money, and that's money that's building up, and you better live off the inches of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad now see that we'll become more educated, more enlightened on things to better enhance ourselves. What you want to say about that?
That's my that's my Stevie J hands right. I'm rubbing my hands, man. I think it's one of the most important things. It's funny that you said about the underwear, because I'm laughing. But quality garments cost money. The quality something is always going to be an investment. If you buy something that is cheap, then it is what it is. Now, sometimes you find good deals in whatever said product, but good things are expensive. Just like if you want to go and treat yourself, you can go to Chili's and you do your whatever the specials they got, or you can actually go to a steakhouse and buy yourself a good steak, and you're going to have yourself a good time and a good dinner. So things that are worth. What are you becoming as a boss to be worth for others, and you want to talk about the financial aspect of things, there's nothing more important. As you don't have to have a business. You don't have to be a boss to be a boss of your life. Understanding, because they don't teach us this, none of this in school,
No, they
is
don't.
cash flow, is understanding ROI, return on investment, understanding terminology, understanding different accounts. If all that stuff is born to you, find somebody that can explain it to you in the way, whether if it's through a religious medium, a hip hop medium, a Spanish, English. There is so much information because of our phones. You have no excuse only for yourself. You know what I mean? You have no excuse not to learn these things. But
Oh man,
learning debt to income ratio. If you want to buy a house, your credit score, credit is power, cash is king. As a business owner, as an actual CEO, or as a founder and owner-operator of your business, there's nothing more important than the lifeline of your business, which is your finances, which is your cash flow, I can go on and on and on and on. Empowering yourself to know how to pay your taxes, getting a competent CPA, getting a good tax attorney. All of those things can come from aligning yourself with the proper values that you want to, the type of customers and the type of people that you want to attract. Because if you look at, I don't know if y'all know the story of Steve Harvey and many, many, many celebrities, Dane Cook, his own brother, the comedian, family, and other team members. If you don't look at your own accounts, if you don't get knowledge of that and you entrust to other people, they're going to rob you blind. They are going to rob you blind. And I don't like Grant Cardone. I don't know if anybody out here that likes Grant Cardone. What I will say, I do respect his hustle, and he has a thing that I watched on his platform. Every Sunday, he sits down with his wife and he looks at all his accounts. Every single Sunday, like clockwork, before church, he says he looks at his accounts. Now, week to week, I don't know how it is for a billionaire, but for me, I look at my stuff every day because that's just how I'm wired. I came from oil and gas, man. I learned from these older white men. Always make sure to be looking at your stuff nonstop, because that, just to get in the habit of checking your balances, checking what's going on. If you invest, whether if it's a Roth or you invest in the stock market, I mean, obviously, if you're a day trader, you have to check it throughout the day because that's your job.
right.
But get uncomfortably comfortable doing things that are going to end up either producing good habits, because if you produce good habits, you're going to end up actually making better choices. Get into the habit of looking at getting around people that want to think money, want to talk money, want to be about, want to get to the bag, and how they get in the bag, as long as it's ethical, as long as, it's righteous,
Right.
if you have people doing some scamming stuff, man, get away from them.
The pyramid schemes and all that, so you will get caught up and you will be looking at them long time in a federal penitentiary. So yeah, be careful of that.
Look at the PPO loans during COVID. You had people, saying that they had all these employees and they didn't. They were getting millions of dollars basically, and they were, and they still come, and they're going to be coming after people for a long time, man.
Oh yeah, so hey, be righteous when you're doing that. Big shout out to Coach Shay. She said being able to accept constructive criticism is important as well. Yeah, that's all about growth. Yeah, that's very important. All about growth. And like the Bible said, he chastised those whom he loved. If he ain't chastising, you a bastard. So accepting constructive criticism is important. That's all about. That helps us grow. That helps us evolve, and it helps us become a better man and woman. So hey, that's very important. Big shout out to we have somebody watching it for the Philippines this morning as well. Big shout out to the Philippines that's watching us this morning. Also, send out for some emojis with the heart, the praying hand, the thumbs up. So big shout out to the Philippines that's watching us this morning. If we go any further, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and after this commercial break, we're going to jump right back into our Q&A conversation.
I've always been told that I'm too small, I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough, I don't have what it takes. I prepare so no one can take what is mine. No one can replace my mind, my heart. To be the best and stay there, sweat is necessary. I'm older. Of course I'm older. That's the beauty of it. 16 years plus. Different level of wisdom, different level of understanding, different level of punishment. I want to live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings have tarnished. And whatever you got to do to make sure you chase your legacy every second of your life. Will you be remembered? How would you be remembered? Why wouldn't you fight for the greatest achievement ever? Leave your mark to endure forever.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. I'm your host, Frank Jackson Jr., along with my guest, ORO digital entrepreneur himself, CEO, founder, Carlos Leguizamo, out of Tyler, Texas, the Rose City.
Sure.
Also, if you want some great tacos, Carlos will
Hey, I
be the
can
man
hook
to
you up,
help
man.
you get great
Hashtag
tacos.
taco poppin', man.
Hey, before going to first, I was looking up something too. And you speak about the financial thing. This is finances. Being a boss, you want to have your finances in order, right? So it says, I never heard of a boss that ignores money. I think you should always be on top of your own finances. Which I agree. You said it earlier. Be on top of your own finances. Despite the amount in your bank account. My philosophy is you make better decisions when you prepare. Have an amount of savings. This means limiting yourself 1 or 2 drinks at happy hour instead of ordering. Open a Roth IRA. The earlier you start contributing, the more you gain in the long run. Contribute to the company's 401k program, especially if they're a match. You're leaving good money on the table if you don't. I want to talk about that. It says I never heard of a boss that ignores money. You mentioned that earlier. I think you should all be on top of your own finances by the amount in your bank account. What do you say about that?
I think it's imperative to have absolute knowledge of what's going on in your organization from the bottom to the top. It's important for you to, at some point, if you want to transition and scale to, the 6 and 7 figures, you have to operate different. You have to talk different. You can't be around foolishness. You have to think about what you post on social media. You have to be what you want to become. You have to eat, sleep, and breathe it. Because then, from a financial aspect of it, the same thing what I just said could be applied in anything, whether if it's in sales, marketing, branding, making sure that you have the proper team around you, hiring process, etc. The right HR people. Once you get to that point, and understanding that it is okay to have daily affirmations where you want to be a millionaire, but just make sure that you have, in the same breath that you want to become very wealthy or make a lot of money, make sure that you're responsible and informed what to do with that money. Because if you have, let's just say, if let's just go with tacos, since we're talking about tacos, and you start a food truck that becomes wildly successful, then you open up a storefront, and then you just boom and you start hiring people. Do you have not necessarily the manpower in place, but do you have the contingency plans to, in case something fails? Because you're riding on a cloud, you're riding on a wave of success. It's not always going to be up and up and up. You're going to have to understand when the low points as well. The low points is when it's really determine you. When you ain't making no money, how can you stay at an even keel? But that's only through, again, having the right CPA, the right tax attorney, because the IRS don't play. Ask me, I know that the IRS don't play. You know what I mean? But ultimately, at the end of the day, everything starts with you and ends with you. You may not, if taxes and all this, if that scares you, please don't get into business and start messing with people's times. And if you're just doing it to get rich, because then you're going to just give a subpar product and if it's in the food industry, you might make someone sick. And if you don't have the right type of insurance, you're gonna get sued. You're gonna get all your documentation pulled. So just be mindful of what you're wanting to do, because money is a byproduct of what you are doing. If you are doing it only
Right.
for the money, then make sure that you have everything aligned with the money, taxes, your team, and your CPA, tax attorney, because they, or even attorney, even an attorney that'll be able, because at different stages of the game is going to require different types of people.
Right. Most definitely. And
Oh
also,
shit! Well,
real
what's up,
quick.
Randy?
Yeah, he said good conversation. Big shout out to Randy.
That's yeah, that's a very well known CPA here in Tyler. I invited some people to the podcast, and
Okay.
he's that's a hey, if anybody in a big shout out, if anybody in Texas that needs a good CPA or a fractional CFO, shout out to Randy Rexroad.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Randy. Good conversation. Big shout out to Miss Woods in the comment section of New Focus as well. Big shout out to her. She's doing great things in the DFW and also in the state of Homestead, Louisiana. She's watching as well. She said happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you as well. That she said Real Talk 100. Thank you as well. Randy did say thank you for the shout out. CFO did say about that also. You know what? See, I'm excited about everything. I'm just really excited about this time. I'm really excited about the outcome, just the process of growing, the process of elevating, evolving, being better, getting better. And I want to talk. I'm going to read this one too. Is that all bosses have a vision and voice, no matter their job title. I know people with a senior title who are so afraid of stepping on people's toes and they never speak up in meetings. This is not a quality of a boss. Someone who knows how to get their message across at appropriate time is a leader. A true boss has a vision for their career and is okay with selling it. They ask for the deserved promotion and raise, and they don't sit back on the sidelines. What you want to say about that?
Can you? It kind of distorted. Can you repeat that again?
Okay, it says I'm talking about. It said all bosses have a vision and a voice, no matter their job title. I know people with a senior title who are so afraid of stepping on people's toes that they never speak up in meetings. This is not a quality of a boss. Someone who knows how to get their message across at the appropriate time is a leader. A true boss has a vision for their career and isn't okay with selling. They ask for their deserved promotion and raise, and they don't sit back on the sidelines.
You only got one life to live, and you got to take what's yours. If you are in an organization and you are busting your butt and you're making somebody else very, very wealthy, then and only then, you've always wanted to be a business owner, a solopreneur, entrepreneur, however you want to call it. You and only God can make that decision, and your family to be when to go out and start something for your own. But just make sure that you have the proper uh funds for 6 to 12 months, from a business expenses and personal expenses. But everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not meant to be a boss, and be a boss in business rather. But you can be a boss of your own life. If you are meek and you don't know how to out speak up for yourself, then you cannot expect, you can't complain when you're getting railroaded within your own organization or a company, when the person that ain't doing half the work for you is getting the promotions. Now, depending on the organization or the business, the corporate structure or the corporation, it could be nepotism. It could be it could be a different ball game. Every organization is going to be different. So sometimes you got to know how to be political. So it's always good to read about sort of how politics work. And you always hear a lot of people, I ain't gonna kiss no butt to get ahead. Sometimes, and it sucks to say this, your pride is not going to is going to cost you a lot of damn money, because you don't feel like you're going to have to do certain things. So again, if you don't want to be a business owner, sometimes you're going to know when to speak up for yourself in life, in business, when you feel like there's something that's not right. If you feel that you're not getting paid your worth, there's proper protocols to follow. If you've exhausted them, I'm speaking from experience. That's what I'm saying. That's with a little bit of fire. if you do not acknowledge yourself, yes, if you don't know how to have decorum and diplomacy and speak to your superiors with class. Now, again, if you do all these things and you still are not getting paid, then it's time to that ship to sail and go to an organization that will, pay you what you are worth. But again, that also comes with having the bright network, your LinkedIn looking good, your resume, your skills, because you cannot expect to get paid a lot of money when you don't have the skill set or the experience. So again, then it's sometimes some people are disillusioned to believing that I want to make $100,000 a year. Well, what kind of skills do you have to make $100,000 a year? Do you have a degree? Are you able to produce? Are you what? You sometimes, man, a lot of people need a serious reality check, and they need someone to kind of shake, not literally shake them, but they mind like, look, man, you're not all that. You're not really worth this amount of money. And sometimes it can come from your superior, a coworker, because you can't complain about, well, man, I ain't making no money, and John Doe's over there, Jane Doe over there, then got the promotion that I should have gotten. You don't know what they did. You don't know what kind of work. You're not in with them 24/7 for you to know what type of sacrifice they had to make in order to get that job promotion. But again, at the end of the day, you have to be realistic. If you live in a small town and the cap of your income could only be set amount, that's only because in the area that you live in. If you live in like DFW or in an area like Tyler, you know what I mean? I used to drive to Tyler and Dallas every day, man. So there's no excuse to be able to, excuse me, to make the money that you want. But also don't play yourself and don't conform and be settled, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. So if you know that you're not getting paid the amount that you might need to, dust up that old resume, update it, and then just go talk to recruiters, go talk to people on LinkedIn and see what kind of opportunities are out there in business and in life. If you ain't got the right girlfriend, sometimes you got to let it go, man, and get you the right woman, because you're getting the right woman. Having the right woman, man, will elevate you, the right partner, the right team. Sometimes you can't be loyal to people just because they're your son or they're your cousin. Maybe they're a detriment and a cancer to your business, and you're not. And then once you let them go, then you're gonna start seeing a floodgate of all the proper people that they're like, man, you should have fired them a long time ago. But again, that's only you and yourself can make that choice.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's what it's all about. You said a lot of stuff today. On all the other stuff, man, it's all about. And then you mentioned something. Hey, if you want to enhance your finances, you go ahead and get out there and get another skill. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is now. See, a lot of individuals, they want the success, but they want to be comfortable at the same time. They're not willing to make the
That don't work.
necessary. They don't. They don't want to make the
That don't
necessary
work.
sacrifice to get to say it's gonna cost you to be successful. It's gonna cost you to be great. It's gonna cost you to create a legacy for yourself. It's stop choosing the temporary pleasure and choose long-term success. That's the name of the game. And you mentioned something earlier, and it really is not about what you know, it's about who you know. Develop these relationships. People want to say, oh, they brown nose, and no, they're not. They just getting ahead of the game. They're asking questions. If you see a millionaire, billionaire, okay, they say you go to this conference, and it's a billionaire talking to a lot of people. 9 times out of 10, you probably got one or two that may go ask questions, something like that. It all depends. But they're so hungry for knowledge and they're so hungry for wisdom that they would go the extra mile to get the information they need to obtain to enhance their life. And you got people who worry about other people. Oh, they just brown nose and they don't take all that. Like they just pick on nerds. Why do you think nerds are the most successful people in the world? Because people used to laugh at them. People used to laugh at them, poke fun at them. And the main ones who were laughing at them, poking fun at them, ain't did nothing with their life, ain't got nowhere going. But the nerd is successful, got everything going for themselves. Why? Because they were applying themselves. And people want to call it brown nose. Like if you go where your place of employment, wherever you go, Oh, it don't take all that. Yes, it do take all that. If you serious about your life and you love yourself, you want to better yourself and break away from people who don't want to better themselves, whether it's family members, childhood friends. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to. You can't please everybody. And that's the thing
Man,
is, see, everybody want to please everybody. Well, that's my homeboy, that's my home girl. They've been down now, but look where they're going. They're bringing you down. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be around people who gonna bring you down. It's gonna cost you time, energy, money. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be around it? And when you start enhancing yourself, you let those people go. Like, hey, we had some time in the past. Leave it in the past. I gotta move on towards my future. I gotta enhance my life. What you want to say about that?
man, you said a word, man. I was a nerd. I was a nerd, man. I grew up with different. I'm Mexican. My parents are from Mexico. How I grew up, I didn't grow up typical Mexican. I didn't grow up, with the typical Mexican culture. I grew up with a very diverse background of friends. So when you're young, you pick up on things. You're a product of your environment.
Right.
So part of that to this day, whether uh yes, 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 Randy, you will become the people that you hang with. I've said this before on your show, Furman. If you hang out with 6 millionaires, you'll be the seventh one because you'll pick up their habits. Same thing
Right.
as a child, or even your own employees. If you have an employee that's not with it, sometimes and it's a sinking ship, man. I love you, but I bid you adieu, and you got to go. You got to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But personally, you talking about the nerds, man. I think especially in our communities, in the black and brown communities, we put so much emphasis on destructive habits and role models comparative to the people that the trades, the plumbers, the welders. My dad was a welder, rest in peace. My there's nothing wrong with athletes, you know what I mean? But let's be real, how many people are actually going to go to the NBA, NFL, MLB, you know what I mean? To
Right.
professional sports. But even in professional sports, there's so many others that can be successful in, and sometimes that's sometimes depending on where the area that you live in. In Texas, football is king. In high school, it's like a religion down here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the
Um,
South. Yeah, especially the South. Yeah, that's how it is in
especially on Friday night.
Alabama. Yeah.
Yeah, but so anywho, I got picked on a lot, man, for because I didn't know at the time, you know what I mean? I had a very high IQ as a kid. I like to read, but then I would be finished with my work and I'd be going squirrel. And I'm in the second and third grade, and they calling my mama to the school and saying that Mrs. Leguizamo or Miss Leguizamo that your son might have like have a little bit of dyslexia or ADHD because there was nothing
Oh
wrong with me,
yeah.
man. I just they the system, and again, I'm
That's
being
it.
careful what
That's
I say.
it.
The
No, you
system
good.
was to make us think that we're crazy when we're not. We have gifts, right?
That's true.
Um,
That's true. That's true.
we have gifts, and then those gifts, if you don't know as a parent, because sometimes it's your own people, man. Your own people. When man, why you want to start a business? And you ain't gonna make no money. Why you want to do that? Or your own. Sometimes it could be in your own household, man. I know people that their own wife done told them they ain't gonna be successful. Their own husband, they want to keep a grip on them and control them, And then you can't. Sometimes a phoenix coming out of the ashes, you can't control because you have to have this whole rebirth and kind of like take off this old skin and become the person that you were meant to become. You cannot bring the people that were a part of that old skin with you. Snoop
Right.
Dogg, I don't know if you're a Snoop Dogg fan. When he started getting up, he couldn't bring the people that was with him. I've,
Oh,
I,
that's
I,
50 Cent.
I,
All of them.
right. I see people that I hung out with when I was a kid, and some of them are doing okay, but majority of them, man, I'm almost 40 years old, bro, and I'll be 38 this year, and these people still jibber jabbering, people still talking about you like I'm 14, 15 years old, man. That was a long time ago, man. Let it go.
Wow, you're
Let it
right.
go. You know what I mean? Let it go. Like, put that energy into something that'll produce some income. But from friends and family, they put even as parents, they put their limitations onto their own children. Friends put their insecurities onto their friends. Parents put their fear into their kids, so they don't. Well, nah, I done been told, man, by my own community in the black and brown community, that's what white folks do. Don't do what white people do. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, where is this ignorance coming from? But then as I got older, I understood what they were talking about. You know what I mean? And she says, Ms. Wood says, you can't be intimidated when you step into certain rooms. You can't. You have to be poised and you have to be confident. Because if you talk to somebody that is not confident, they're like fidgeting and just
All over the
not
place.
making eye contact.
Uh,
They're not gonna. Maybe they're nervous, and maybe and it's taking a lot for them. So don't make fun of them. Maybe help them. Maybe they just need a proper, instruction on how to carry themselves, on how to read the room, on how to say, hello, my name is Carlos Leguizamo. I'm a founder and owner of Auto Digital. Or, hello, my name is Furman Jackson, and I have a Walk His Ways podcast. Would you like to be a guest? But if I came up to you and I'm all,
all over the place.
you're like, whoa, bro. Like, sometimes you gotta, you gotta work on yourself before you come on, because then you're gonna make my platform look bad for having somebody that is not,
Right.
you're not really put together. But you know, I can go on and on about the family thing, man, or friends, because the people that are closest to you sometimes would be the envious of
Oh
you,
yeah,
and they
most
want
definitely.
and they want to be part of your destruction.
Oh,
I've
most
had
definitely.
I've had personal things happen, and one day, when I ever get around to that point, I can go deeper into it, and I have before, in
Mhm.
personal settings, and told, I've had women that I dated, man. Um, I've gone through some stuff personally that I almost I wouldn't be here anymore.
Mm.
So man, the devil disguises himself. You talk about getting biblical. The devil sometimes comes in the most beautiful form, and you can be tricked, because if you're leading your mind and your soul by things that are not righteous to yourself, to your family, to your kids, really, because your family come and go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or even your parents. At the end of the day, you have to be able to, be with yourself. But if you're being led by things that are not righteous, then you're going to end up getting with a wolf in sheep's clothing and a woman, and they're going to take you for everything you got. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about your energy, your mental output. They're going to drain you. They're a succubus. That's what a succubus is. And they're going to move on to the next, and next, and next, and next. And they take good men, good, hard-working, quality men, and they just drain them, and they become the Chads and Tyrones of the world, if you will. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a whole different discussion. But you have to protect your energy at all costs. You have to protect your investments, your business. If you don't have a good business acumen, then that's just when you need to be able to be around like-minded people. Like Randy said, if you're not around people that know more than you, then what are you doing? You can't help people, your friends, if they don't want to help themselves. You
Yes,
can't
sir.
help them get off the block if they're not ready to get off the block. You can't help somebody that is not ready to make serious money if they don't have the mind frame to. Because again, that's detracting things from what you got going on.
Right, most definitely. And we'll take another quick commercial break. Then we'll jump right back into our conversation. The title of the episode is Empower Yourself as a Boss. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
If I want to be good, I gotta wake up in the morning and I gotta do the extra work. And I gotta show up when other guys aren't. And I've got to learn. I've got to continue to be open to learning. But I had to take it to a new level that the other guys wouldn't. Whatever they asked me to do, that's what I'm gonna do to the best of my ability.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. That was the GOAT, Tom Brady,
Yes,
seven-time
it
Super
was.
Bowl champion. Respect Tom Brady. He just his work ethic, his drive, the will to succeed. and to just to win. You know what I'm saying? That's what we all about here on the podcast, Walking His Ways. Extraordinary individuals as Carlos on here having extraordinary commercials with the lights of the Tom Brady's and Ray Lewis, who is all about success. And it ain't all about the material things. It's all about knowing your value, knowing your worth, knowing who you are as an individual. That's what it's all about. And we got see what we got. Some more comments right quick. Big shout out to Miss Wood. She said that's why God moved me from Louisiana to Texas in 2021. You can't have new wine and old wine skin. That is so true. It's all about getting out your comfort, not your own comfort zone, but getting out for familiar places. Remember when God told Abram, leave everything, leave your kindred, leave everything, and I go to the land I will show you. Get away from the familiarity and go into new place, new better. I gotta give a big shout out to Miss Woods because she's constantly networking all the time, and she's always networking. Yeah, and she's constantly networking with big time individuals. So I think who done work with the Dallas Mavericks. I think the Texas Rangers. I think she networked it with the mayor of Arlington. I think. Correct me on that. Miss Wood, you still in the comment section. But I just see how she constantly out there and shaking hands with big time execs here in the DFW. And I applaud her work ethic. She constantly moving. She constantly keep her head down and keep working. So I respect that about Miss Woods. Keep the great work, Miss Woods, that you're doing. It's all about making things happen. You know what I'm saying? It's all about making things happen. And I know about great to get off this air and stuff like that. I know it's a great Saturday. We still got stuff to do. So, Carlos, what else you got going on? I know you got your business. Go ahead and talk more about your business. How can people support you and your services?
All right. So I'm going to, yes, building relationships is key. Definitely. That's how you bridge the gap, you know.
Yeah, it's not about who
you
know.
If you come to somebody talking about some money, man, they gonna be like, man, get away from me. And, you know, they don't understand, you know, what it is to properly network. But there's a couple of things I wanted to shout out to you again, man. Thank you for letting me be on the platform. One is shout out to my alma mater, Chapel Hill. That's why I'm wearing this beanie. They've been deep in the playoffs. They went to the state title game. Unfortunately, they lost. Shout out to everybody. Chapel Hill, class of 2004. I'm helping put on our 20-year reunion, man. I'm getting involved, you know, like I said, I'm giving back to you know, people that I grew up with. Shout out to Mr. Chris. I don't know if y'all can see this shirt. This is an event that I've been going to for almost over a year now. It's a networking event in Dallas. Y'all might have seen this on Instagram. If you're interested about getting into tech, you don't have to be in tech, but if you're interested about it or want to network with like-minded individuals, I mean, it's 500-600 people at the last events. There's been so many people, man, come through with such a beautiful spaces. It's going to be at the W the last Thursday of the month. It's an Eventbrite. Just look up Mixer Cloud if you're interested. You know, so I'm sitting there talking about, you know, learning how to speak, and I said,
no, I get it.
I know. But let me drink some water real quick.
Hey, go ahead, wait, take some water. But you know what? I just love it here, and I told myself when I moved here in 2020, and I've been here 3 years, going on 4 years in December of this year. I did not come to lose. I came to win. I came to succeed. And I came to conquer. And it's all about changing that mindset and getting better each and every moment, each and every day. And that's just my mission right now is starting fresh, starting new, being reborn again, as they say, starting all over, starting fresh, and winning in every area of our lives. But you go ahead and continue, Carlos.
So, Oro Digital, Oro Digital, Oro is Spanish for gold. Oro is my favorite element. Gold is my favorite element. It's atomic number 79. I take all my clients to the gold standard in the industry. Oro Digital is a full service agency dealing with branding, marketing, and business management. So it's an assembly line depending on where you are in your business. So it doesn't matter if it's personal branding, small to medium business, and usually around 25 employees. I do have a couple of bigger businesses, but I more consult. So I offer everything from social media management all the way to apps like on iOS or Google Play Store. But the main focus of what I do is the business end of it. So everything from statistical analysis to the data that's telling me that is what I'm going to create in terms of marketing campaigns, video. Your social media is going to be aligned with what you're wanting to do that quarter. If it is to gain new clients, my main KPI, key performance indicator. If you're a business owner and you don't know what KPIs are, please get familiar. Is revenue. At the end of the day, we're mostly in business to make money. What kind of money is completely up to you. If
Right.
not everybody needs the high-end website. Don't let somebody tell you that. Sometimes you can just have a landing page and really good social media marketing to start producing. My specialty is saving you time and money. So where you don't have to go to all these different people, the videographer, the web designer, the social media manager, you come to one place, you deal with a few individuals instead of a large conglomerate. And I'm very, very, very niche driven to what you're wanting to do. Auto digital builds the brand in business, and auto media films it. So auto media, there's two parts to it. Auto media is I do everything from weddings, headshots, Sweet 15s, corporate events, things of that sort. But it's a sister company to Auto Digital. So again, going back to what I was saying, saving you time and money, I build your website and then I shoot the film instead of you having to. You go to this person over here that may not understand the industry that you're in because I'm not for everybody and everybody's not for me. I do a free
Right.
consultation just to see if we're a good match. And if you just need headshots, cool. But if not only can I do the headshots, I can create the LinkedIn page properly for your employees. I can make sure that your website is connecting properly to said social media channels that I filmed it for. And this, again, this is for the long haul. You don't have if you don't have the budget, that is completely fine. Let's start off with something, this first 3 months, and let's help you grow that revenue to be at where you can go step by step, block by block, and then you can get to the point to where you can utilize all my services. So think of it as a symbiosis. I become a part of your business and I help you grow in the parts that are doing well and the parts that are not doing well. Maybe that content that you're filming is a little lackluster because the person that's filming doesn't understand the business end of what they are shooting. So you can reach me at you Google Carlos Leguizamo. You see my last name here. I've been working really hard. Make sure if that's one bit of tidbit I can say about empowering yourself as a boss is knowing knowledge of self. Make sure that you go ask other people to see what's pulling up on Google. The only thing that I have on there that I wish wasn't on there is my child support case. But again, I'm a very transparent person. I'm trying to be a responsible father.
Right.
And again, it is what it is. That's a whole nother conversation. Google my name, Google yourself, see what's out there because there's some things that you may be surprised that are that are not part of your brand identity or it's going to make you look bad. Call me 903-283-8124, automedia.studio, autodigital.media. You can find me on Facebook. I'm everywhere. I'm a big networker. I don't think anybody networks the way that I do. And again, I'll go to Houston, Dallas. I'll go all over the place just to meet people.
Good thing.
And then what do I have going on? Right. If you need help growing your business, send me a message, man. I'm easy to talk to. And you might be one phone call away from creating the lifestyle and the life that you wanted for your business just because you haven't been talking to the right people. But I appreciate it, Furman, for letting me come on again, man. And I appreciate the time.
Oh, I appreciate you taking time out of your productive schedule to come on this morning and just have a great day. Just growth, elevation, evolving here on the show. I'll be back here Tuesday night at 7 p.m. I think I have a guest out of my home state, but she's out of Birmingham. I'm from Mobile, which is out of Birmingham. Ashanti. She's coming on this coming Tuesday. She gonna share a testimony. She gonna share how she went from selling drugs at the age of 16, getting out of that, and now living a very productive life. And I'm excited to have Ashanti come on and share her testimony from being a drug dealer at the age of 16. She in her 30s now. She got out of that, and she's gonna share her story on
Thank
how
God,
she came
man.
out of that
That's what's up.
lifestyle. So I'm looking forward to that as well coming up. Big, she said I'm going to start following you to the meet. Okay, she said, Miss Woods, I'm going to start following you and looking for the Miss Class. Have a great rest of your day, gentlemen. Same to you as well, also, and also happy National Women's Day, and it's happy National Women's Day to you, Miss Woods and Miss D and Keisha and many other great women.
Yes, everybody.
As
Yeah,
well,
everybody.
and to all the great ladies that had came on the platform, of course. We should also Shay and everybody else. That happy National Women's Day. Also the grammar. Hey, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Grammar is everything. And I'm very thankful for the technology we get now, Carlos, when it helps us with our grammar, because that plays a role too. Wording our stuff. So I thank God for grammar. They even got apps now that help you with your grammar.
Grammarly. That's
Go
what
ahead.
I use. No, I was gonna say if
Yeah.
you can afford it, if you're a business owner, there's nothing more important than how you present yourself on your social media, on flyers, on spreadsheet. I mean, not on media kits. There's not, because I know that I have made a few mistakes, and actually currently on LinkedIn, somebody even let me know. I mean, it's way down at the bottom, but still, I'm a perfectionist. There's nothing more that someone will not take you serious when
Right.
you have improper grammatical errors. So Grammarly is what I use. They're not paying me to say this. I use the paid version. It's $30 a month. But that $30 a month, I don't have to think about it. I use it every day religiously. I use it every day. It's an AI-based app that helps you improve your dictation and your message. And it's a free version. The free version is pretty powerful, but if you want to take it to the next level, they offer enterprise plans for small, medium, and large businesses. And if you're a writer, if you're a writer, if you need some inspiration, or if you write a lot like I do a lot of posting, it pays dividends. So Grammarly.
Yeah, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on that too. Speak with me podcasting. Grammar's on point. The introduction got to be on point. The advertisement, the marketing, all this has to be on point. And wording is very important, ladies and gentlemen. They go for me too as well. So I invest in stuff like that. So I'm very thank God for that we better enhance our grammar. So that plays a role. It really does. And if your grammar's off, it's gonna turn people away. And I thank God for
Yes.
that. So really big shout out there. Also, pictures. Make sure you get professional pictures taken, ladies and gentlemen. That explains a lot too. And I'm not being, because especially with Instagram, if you on Instagram, taking great pictures is important. And I learned this recently too. Big shout out to 1950. And he talked about that Instagram. Your Instagram put to tell a story. It tells your story. And when you're doing it, you want to make sure you have great pictures. You want to make sure you're dressing. No, what I'm saying, you're dressing nice, things of that nature. That's how your numbers get up on Instagram. And I ain't realized that too. People are gravitated to nice pictures. So get professional pictures taken, not selfies with your own cell phone, but pay somebody to take some great pictures of you on your Instagram account. What you want to say about that, Carlos?
Oh man, well, as a photographer, man, I that's what did what's homeboy from Memphis saying? That's law. That's I couldn't. You said it better than I did. The only thing that I can add to it, depending on the phone that you have, lighting is everything. Lighting is everything. Don't filter your picture to hell, and you don't even look like the person that you are in your
Oh
picture.
yeah, right. I hate
But
that. I hate that.
right, a good headshot. If you and there's nothing wrong with using AI-based apps to change your image, but again, that's not really you. So unless you're in the tech world or in modeling or gaming, if you're an insurance salesman, it's not really, or if you're a real estate agent, you can use it to your advantage because it's showing that you're utilize your technological prowess, and you can you reach out to certain types of potential clients or home buyers. You can go no matter where in this country and you can go to your local college. There's a lot of photography students that want to build up their portfolio. You can, and you don't have to pay a lot of money for a great headshot, but a proper headshot pays dividends because it showcases that you're a comprehensive person and you're competent enough to invest in your own brand. Because if you look like Boo Boo, why do you expect people to, take you serious? So always make sure that you have up-to-date pictures. Make sure that you invest in that. And you can go to one photo session and get 3 outfit changes, and you good for that first half of the year. And always give credit to the person that took your picture.
Yeah, most definitely do that because that plays a role. Professional pictures plays a role in your portfolio. That's how people will take you seriously on your website, your social media. That stuff plays a role. And I say not saying to impress people, but it's to help enhance your business, your brand. If you want individuals to take you seriously, if you're not serious about yourself, you're going back to self again. If you're not serious about yourself, other individuals not going to take you seriously as well also. So remember, individuals are going to treat you how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself like trash, they're going to treat you like trash. If you treat yourself like a boss, they're going to treat you like a boss. Remember, it's like you said, the energy, the vibration and stuff like that. So that's all great. So like I said, Carl, we about to get out this thing. It's almost near 12 o'clock. So we had a good time here on the show. I said we'll be back here Tuesday night at 7 p.m. here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. Man, I'm about to leave out one commercial, and then after that, we got our final remarks, and then that's going to be it. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Good afternoon, Fort Worth. Good afternoon, Arlington. Good afternoon, Dallas. Good afternoon, DFW. Good afternoon, District 33. My name is Peyton Jackson, and I am here to announce my run for Congress. It is time to replace all of the leaders who possess all of the power, yet none of the will. I not only need to see you online, Instagram is No Taxing with Jackson. More importantly, I need to see you at the polls. And thank you for your votes.
And we'll be back here on Walking This Way. So, Carlos, if you have any final remarks, any words of wisdom, any sign of advice, we'll leave here with the audience right now.
Man, the title of this was Empower Yourself as a Boss. Make sure that, because you have to look at the word empowering. What are you empowering? If it's your mind, how are you exercising it? Are you reading the proper, what type of nutrition are you giving your brain? Are you reading things that are going to feed your mind to be able to learn a new skill set? What are you looking in through your eyes? Are you on YouTube just scrolling a bunch of garbage? Or are you subscribing to things that are going to end up helping you think better? Because you are what you eat, or you are what you digest. Because if you think about it, television programming, what is it programming to you? What are you being programmed to? If you're watching a bunch of women twerk, if you're if that's what you do, cool. But as an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur and all you consume is things that are not going to help you in your entrepreneurial life, if you are in a relationship, and this is, I'm speaking from experience, if you're watching a bunch of things that are not healthy for you, it's not only going to translate into your relationship, it's also going to translate into your business life. How are you empowering others? What kind of synergies are you creating between other people? Because if you feel like you're going to get left out, that's not something that you can help. But that's what there's paperwork for. If you're doing business dealings, that's why you make sure that you have your service agreement right. Become competent in what you are doing. It says empower yourself. What am I doing on a day-to-day basis to improve others and empower myself rather? Right now, I know what I'm not doing right. I'm not working out and I'm not eating right. Had a little injury, and now I have no excuse. As a boss, if you want to be a boss in your life and in the business world, you got to you got to walk it like you're talking. Like I said, you have to invest in yourself, your hygiene, your wardrobe. Maybe you can't afford the car of your dreams yet. You don't have to go and buy something that you can't afford, but be on time, be
That's
coachable,
it.
be a great listener, and be consistent. Shout out to you, man. You've been churning out these episodes, and there's gonna be a ripple in the universe because when you come into a room and you've empowered others, they're gonna empower you. Those vibrations that in this universe that you have created for yourself, when you walk into a room, hold your head up high, look at people in the eyes and shake their hand, and that's gonna and then they're gonna keep that in the back of their head, and you're gonna attract the right type of people in the community that over time, outside of your customers,
Right.
but if you treat your customers good, they're gonna go out there on top of how you treat people and imagine how that's gonna come right back to you. So when you're empowering yourself as a boss, not only do you got to think of self, because I can go really deep into this, you know what I mean? Maybe on another episode, but others as well, because you can't make it in this world, especially in business, alone. You can if you're a solopreneur, there's apps, but you still got to utilize them properly. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when you put your crown on or your tiara in the morning, whether you like not literally, but when you put it on every day, what type of impact are you going to make? Because after today, after this Saturday, you'll never get this Saturday back again.
That's
After
true.
this next hour, you can't go back in time. You can't undo what's been done. So
Right.
make sure that you have the right mind frame to go forward. So Sunday, take one step forward in order to be able to help that other person or help yourself. Because, man, I can't tell you, once you start actually, churning this out, the just the difference it makes, you know what I mean? So that's all I gotta say though, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you on that, man. We want y'all to have a great, great Saturday. Hope what was said today was beneficial to all that tune in and watch this morning. And like I said, man, we want y'all to have a great, great Saturday. And like I said, we out this thing. I'll be back here too tonight at 7 p.m. here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. We're signing off. Have a great Saturday, great Sabbath day. And I'll see y'all Tuesday night here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. Peace, everybody.